everyone, how are you doing today? I hope you're doing well. Welcome to my YouTube channel. My name is Dr. Iyabo. I'm the Money to Honey coach. I'm a business and lifestyle coach for women and also a board certified pediatrician. I'm an author. My book Permanent Happiness is on Amazon. If you'd like to learn more about me, go to the description on this video and you'll be able to click onto my website where you can read all about me and research my services for coaching on business, lifestyle, and dating, and also all other resources that you need. So today we're discussing the 3 pillars for relationship success. I wanted to really just do a video for single and divorced women, and actually even also married women who are thinking, what really are the 3 beginning pillars for any love relationship to succeed? So if you're a single woman out there and you're like, where do I even need to start? What are the basic fundamentals for me to even think about that this man is looking for in any kind of relationship? What are those 3 basic fundamental pillars that if they're not yet present in a man, or if he's not feeling these 3 things, then I may be wasting my time. I really wanted to put this video together because there are 3 fundamental things that for men, if those things are not present, or they're just not feeling those things, that relationship is probably not going to succeed. So if you're a single or divorced woman and you're thinking, what are those 3 fundamental pillars that I even need to look for that men are thinking of, that men are thinking they will even consider to even start considering that this relationship will be successful? So you're out there, maybe you're a single or divorced woman, you're confused, you're kind of getting frustrated and tired of the dating scene. Why am I not finding anybody? Why aren't all these things working out for me? This video is for you. I want to give you 3 fundamental things that if they're not quite present for men, that relationship probably won't work out for you. So here we go. Let's get right into it. Okay, ladies, so here we go. And maybe gentlemen, I know there's 1% of men who watch my videos. So ladies and gentlemen, let's get into it. The first fundamental pillar for any love relationship to even succeed is, women, you have to ask yourself, is this man even available? Okay? Is he ready for a relationship? That's the first thing you have to ask yourself. There are many, many uncountable men out there who are eligible bachelors, who are single, who are ready, who should be by definition ready to be looking for somebody to be in a steady relationship with, somebody to get married to. But unfortunately, they're not ready. They're not ready to commit to anybody. They're not ready to be in any one-on-one relationship. They're not ready to get engaged. They're not ready to get married. So if you're seeming to attract those men, or that's the kind of man who is coming to you, you're just going to get a bunch of players, a bunch of men who are leading you on, who are stringing you on, because in their own head, they're not yet ready. And you cannot force anybody or make anybody ready or make anybody come to your timeline. If you think you're Miss World or you're Miss USA or Miss Africa, or you're the most beautiful woman and you can convert a man from not being ready to commit to any woman yet to committing to a woman because you think you can change him, then you're going to be fooling yourself for a long time. So the first thing is, women, single, divorced women, is this man actually even ready? Is he available to become somebody's boyfriend or somebody's fiancé or eventually somebody's husband? There are many men who are just not ready. So how do you figure out who this kind of man is? Well, it's easy to figure out. You're an adult, I'm an adult. It's easy to figure out after a few dates if this man is serious or if he's just on there for the ride and on there for the fun. You don't have to ask him on date 1. I'm not saying as soon as you start dating, ask the man, are you serious? Do you want a committed relationship? No. You have to use your intuition. You have to, lean in to what he's saying. Don't talk too much. Ask questions, but just sit in your femininity, but be listening to everything he's saying. People will eventually show you who they are. So on the first several dates, Ask some less benign questions, some less serious questions that, oh, so how long have you been on the dating scene? Let's say you met on Match.com. You can say, oh, so how long have you been on Match? How have you found the experience? Or, maybe by the third, fourth date, you can just kind of start to ask him that. So what do you even want to do with all this dating experience you're doing? You don't have to ask it personally about yourself. You don't have to say, so, how do you feel about me? Do you like me? Are we getting serious? Do you think you'll want to commit to me? Don't make it personal. Ask it generally. Just say, so how have you been feeling about this dating experience? How have you felt about it? Where are you even looking for this dating thing to go? Don't say about me, but don't ask that on the first few dates. So you'll ask some questions here and there, and these men will tell you exactly what it is that they're looking for. Or like I've said on many, many videos, if it's a man who is expecting you to call him, you to do all the work, he doesn't call you, he doesn't plan dates, you have never even seen him, you've been talking on text and DM for the last 6 months and he's not seeing you, then he's not serious, right? A man who is serious about you, who wants to progress the relationship, will tell you that he's available. He will tell you that he wants to get married. He will tell you that he's looking for a serious woman. He will tell you, so you have to listen. You have to just open your ears and listen. So the first pillar of any relationship success is, if you, the woman, are looking to get engaged, get married at some point in the near future, and this guy is not ready, he's not even thinking about marriage for another 2 years or 5 years or 10 years, then that's not rocket science. You're obviously wasting your time. So is he available? Being available doesn't just mean he's single. There are many single men who are eligible bachelors by definition, but they're not yet ready to settle down. So if you are ready to settle down and you're with a player who still wants to enjoy his life and just date women at random and enjoy his single life, there's nothing wrong with him. Don't blame him that he's not serious. You are the one that has the problem. You need to leave him and go and look for somebody who has the same desires as you. We always want to label other people as if they are the problem, but you are in control of your life. You're in control of your decisions. So if the man is not yet ready, go and look for somebody who will be ready to propose to you within 9 months to 2 years. But if you see a man who obviously isn't thinking about marriage at all, why are you wasting your time? Women always feel they can change men's minds, or you can't change anybody. You're just going to waste away time and waste away things that you should be doing. That's number one. Number two, physical attraction is very important to, I will say, almost everybody. If somebody tells you that physical attraction is not important to them, I tell them Dr. Iyabo said she doesn't believe them. That is not true. For you to have a successful love relationship, there has to be mutual physical attraction. Okay, niceness isn't everything. Whatever isn't everything. If you don't look at that person and you don't feel like you'd like to cuddle up close to them or kiss them or be intimate with them at some time, I'm not saying you should get wrapped up in thinking about intimacy on date 1 or date 5, but I'm just saying that number 2 pillar for success for a love relationship is mutual physical attraction. If you are physically attracted to him and he is not physically attracted to you, it's not going to work. Vice versa. Okay, women? So don't think that because you're a beauty queen to some men, you're going to be a beauty queen to all men. Everybody has their tastes in women. Some men may see me and think that I'm too big for them. They may think I'm too chubby for them. Some men may see me and think I'm fantastic. They're just the kind of woman I want. Some men may see me and think I'm too slim for them, but none of those men is bad, right? None of them is bad. Everybody has their perception, what they want, what they're attracted to, and it is not up to us to change how they feel. So physical attraction, I believe, is very important. Before you even start talking about what's your intellectual capacity, do we share the same beliefs? Do we think the same way, etc., etc. If you see somebody and you think they're not attractive and they're just not physically attracted to you. I know people say that people can grow on you, that people, again, maybe for some people, but maybe I'm just talking from my perspective. If I see you and I'm not I have a type. Everybody has a type, and nobody can judge me for my type, because I don't judge anybody for their type, the type that they like. But if I see my type, I immediately know that, okay, I'm attracted to this man. That's the first thing for me. And then after that, I want to talk to him. I want to hear how he speaks. I want to hear how he carries himself. What is he full of? What is his heart? What are his beliefs? But the first thing we all see is that physical attraction. So don't try to convince men or try to change men's minds, by offering them sex, or by, no matter how much you throw yourself at a man, you offer him sex. Not most men, some men who are not high quality men, they will sleep with you, they will have sex with you, they will just use you. But really, really, they're not that physically attracted to you. Men don't have to have that big, wonderful physical attraction before they have sex. Some men, I'm not grouping all men into this, but you guys get my point. The second thing is, for a love relationship to succeed, there has to be mutual physical attraction. That first thing you see has to be there first. The spark has to be there before you even start learning about the person. So we're talking about the basic fundamentals today. I'm not talking about when fast forward 2, 3, 4 months, what are you learning about this person and how do you feel about him? No, this video is a simple 3 basic fundamental pillars that need to be present for any love relationship to succeed. Number 1, the guy has to be willing to even be in a relationship, unless you are a player too, unless you just want to play around. But if you're a woman who eventually wants seriousness and a commitment, if the man does not want to be committed anytime soon, you're wasting your time. Number 2, if he's not physically attracted to you, you're wasting your time, right? And you will know by that if this man doesn't at some point want to hug you or kiss you. I'm not saying jump into bed. Don't use sex to try to get men. Women, please don't. Do not have sex too soon with men. I've done many videos on this. You can go down to my other videos and read them. But please, I'm talking about just cuddling or kissing. If you see that this man is just not wanting to get close to you, or just not trying to touch you, or trying to, a man as the dates go on, he will try to touch you, he'll try to just get close to you because he's just so physically attracted to you. He wants to see you. The same thing as if you're dating on text or DM or online dating sites. If this man sees you and he wants to see you so badly, he will plan a date to see you. If he's in the next state, if you guys are having a long distance relationship, he will say he's coming to see you. He won't be saying, oh, when are you coming to see me? A man who is asking you to make the moves to come and see him, to call him, he just wants to use you for sex. But a man who can see that, I'm physically attracted to this woman, I really can't wait to see her, to give her a hug, to kiss her, he will want to come and see you. He will plan the date. Again, I'm not saying sex. I'm just talking about regular closeness. Okay, that's number 2. The last one. This one is very important. If this isn't present, this relationship can't even start. Talk less of go anywhere. If you guys don't see eye to eye with basic fundamental things like politics or like religion, or like the way women are treated, or the way the waiter or the waitress is treated, or just simple things like that. So I'll give you an example. For me, when I met a man, there was a man I dated for just a couple dates before I actually met my husband. And as soon as I realized, we kept talking on the dates, as soon as I realized that he was somebody who loved to discuss politics a lot. He really wanted to find out if I was Democrat or Republican. And for me, I'm neither. I've told you guys many times. I'm in the middle somewhere. I'm not a Democrat or Republican. I vote based on what I feel that the candidate is all about. So he just, I could tell he was a Trump supporter, from everything he was saying. He was a Republican. He was trying to find out my political affiliation. He started to say some things that I just was like, okay, there's just no way I can be with this man. He was very ignorant. He was like, oh, so you're from Africa? Those people who talk about Africa as if it's a country. And I'm like, I'm from Nigeria. Africa is a huge continent. And then after I said that, he asked me, he's like, so my mom was still alive then. He's like, oh, so your mom just lives alone now that your dad is no longer alive. So has she lived in the village all her life? And I looked at him and I said, my mom has actually never lived in the village. We've always lived in the city in Lagos. He just had a lot of ignorance around him, and that was the last time I saw him. That kind of man, obviously, even though, first of all, I was physically attracted to him. This was like the third or fourth date. By the second date, I was already seeing flashes of all that political talk and Democrat, Republican, black and white talk, which you guys know me. If you followed me long enough, all this black, white, political, I'm in the middle and I don't. So I already started seeing those traits, but I just wanted to give him a chance and not to be too judgmental. But by the third or fourth date, I knew I was out. I didn't argue with him. I didn't fight with him. I didn't do anything. I just stopped. I stopped returning his texts or calls. And then one day I just said, you know what, I'm sorry, but I've had some time to think about this. I really think you're a great guy, but I don't think we'll be compatible. That was it. And I moved on. So imagine if, okay, this guy, obviously he checked number one. I could tell from date one or date two, he was looking to get married. He checked number two. I was physically attracted to him. He was physically attracted to me, right? We hugged, we kissed. But by date third to fourth, I could tell that we didn't see eye to eye. So even though he checked one, he checked two, he didn't check number three for me. So that's why I'm saying that I've thought about it. These three things are the basic fundamental pillars for any love relationship to even kick off and to even start the process of getting to know each other. If you can't check these three things, you're wasting your time. So for me, I didn't see eye to eye with this guy. So number three is, do you see eye to eye with this person? Are you on the same, level with him as per intellectual, basis? Like this man, obviously, me and him were not on the same intellectual capacity, because if you think Africa is a country, if you think everybody who lives in Africa lives in the village, they don't have cell phones, then you're too ignorant for me. It's not going to work. So do you see eye to eye? Do you share the same ideas? Are you on the same intellectual capacity? Are you on the same moral capacity, religious capacity? I'm not saying anybody is good or bad, but they may not be good for you. They may not be aligned with your values, and that relationship is not going to work. You're just going to force yourself in. It's going to end badly. It's going to start badly. It's going to end badly. So I hope this video helped, because there are a lot of women that waste their time seeing these things. I guess I can also call this video kind of like, what are the red flags the 3 red flags in any starter relationship? There's many things I could call this video, right? The 3 pillars, the 3 fundamental pillars for any relationship success, the 3 red flags to look for in a relationship. If these 3 things are not present, the 3 of them have to be present, not 1 out of 3, not 2 out of 3. If the guy is not available, he's not ready for a commitment. If you're both not mutually physically attracted to each other, and if you don't see eye to eye on all the basic fundamental life principles like politics or religion or morals or travel or education or intellect, or whether you're being polite or not, that's going to be a problem. I'm not saying religion that you both have to be the same faith, but you still have to see eye to eye. One can be Muslim, the other can be Christian, but you have to see eye to eye. You still have to respect each other's religion, right? If one person is a Democrat, the other one is a Republican, if both of you are very respectful of each other, You have boundaries for each other. You know you can meet in the middle. You know you respect each other. You know you're not going to fill up your days with talk about politics. You're both emotionally mature people, then it may work, right? I'm not saying that a Democrat has to marry a Democrat or a Republican has to marry a Republican. That's why I called number 3, you have to see eye to eye, right? It's like a black and white person getting married. My husband and I believe we're more compatible than I was even as compatible with my ex-husband who was Nigerian, because, you know, we have so much more in common. You know, our parents were together, they were not divorced. Both our dads were really in our lives, were really influenced by our dads and our moms. You know, there's so much that we have in common, our intellectual basis, our worldly basis, travel global. There's so much. We both love to read. We both love like the English grammar. And there's so much we have in common. The foods we like. It's just so we're both homebodies. We both like to go to bed early, around 9 or 10. There's so much we have in common compared to my first marriage. So you can be an Asian and marry a Hispanic and have more in common with them than if you're an Asian who marries an Asian. You can be a white person marrying a black person and you can have more in common than if a black married each other. It's not about color or race or whatever, but do you see eye to eye? Okay, I hope this video helped. So write these 3 things down as you guys start to date and you start to meet men. In the first several weeks, in the first 1 month to 2 months, if you cannot check these 3 things out, you're wasting your time. Don't stay with a man who doesn't check these 3 things off and you're still seeing him in 6 months, 9 months, 5 years, 10 years. Some of you are seeing guys for 10 years who don't check any of these 3 off. Those guys have shown you that they are not available. They don't want to get married. You're hoping they'll change their mind. You can tell that these guys are not physically attracted to you because they're looking at other women who look nothing like you. They're drooling others. Some of them have even cheated on you, on other women, but you still stay with them. Why? Number 3, you don't see eye to eye with them. You're always arguing about the basic fundamental things of life and you still stay with these men and you're hoping they'll change. It's not going to work. Okay? Ladies, I hope this helped. The 3 red flags, the 3 fundamental principles, the 3 pillars for success in any love relationship. Think about it before you get too emotionally involved with that man. Otherwise, you're going to be stuck and he's never going to change. Okay? Love you all. God bless you. I'll see you on the next video. Remember to subscribe. Remember to like and remember to comment on this post. Thank you so much. Bye-bye.